What's up and welcome back to my channel, y'all. If you're new here, I'm Krizz'Tina and you already know the title of this video, girl. We getting ready to review some foundation. I already did my skincare and I put on the Tula 24/7 Moisture Intense Moisturizer, but let's get into this foundation. So fun story, I actually ordered this on the Ulta app to be picked up. It was picked up, and then when I sat down to get ready to film this, I opened the box, girl, and somebody had used the foundation. I had to get another one. And this is the foundation packaging for the outside, of course. So this is the I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. Yeah, so it's $23 at Ulta and $23 on the Juvia'S website. This is what the packaging looks like. Super simplistic. It says that it's made in Italy. Oh, and by the way, I got the shade 340 Kampala. I actually used the shade finder on Ulta to find my shade. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows and my eyes while I tell y'all about the claims. It says, and I quote, supposed to have a natural radiant finish, weightless and breathable formula, melt into the skin without weighing it down, easy glide and blendability, buildable to medium to full coverage, non-cakey, long-lasting comfort, micro pearls and soft focus light reflecting powders, instantly boosts radiance and creates a luminous finish. Interesting about the micro pearls. Visible veil of perfection effect, blurring formula fills in fine lines and imperfections to smooth out skin surface and even out complexion, yada yada. So it says that it's infused with acerola cherry ferment, vitamin A and C. Let's shake the tube and apply to clean, moisturized skin. And we're gonna go ahead and put this out, but you know what, I need to prime my skin first. If you're new to my channel, I always do my foundation reviews as if I'm implementing this foundation into my routine, so I don't change my foundation routine to accommodate the product, at least not the first time I try it. If I try it a couple of other times, like if it stays on and I learn how to finesse with it in case there's things that I want to do differently, then I'll try it different ways. So I'm priming with my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Okay, so the packaging is in a squeezing tube. It also has a pump on the end. This is really good for professional makeup artists or traveling. This is 40 milliliters for the price of 30 milliliters, it says. So let's go ahead and see if their color match thing is right. Okay. Oh my god, y'all, it's already this far from my face. It's pretty far from my face and I can smell it. Jolly Rancher is what it smells like. Okay, I was actually concerned about that only because Juvia'S foundation reviews that I've watched in the past kind of discuss the fact that there's fragrance. So hopefully that doesn't break me out because I am acne prone. I'm gonna go ahead and do my bronze tour. All right, now that I'm all bronze toured up, we're gonna take this Kampala. I just did a little dab and let's see how it looks. I don't know if they've ever addressed why they put fragrance in their products, but I would definitely like to know. Definitely. So the coverage is coveraging. And mind you, I have never worn a Juvia'S foundation before. I'm impressed. Ooh, so I'm impressed to say the least. What do y'all think of the color match? Comment down below. Do you think this matches me or do you think I need a different color? From what I can see here, this is looking pretty good, but let me get outside. Okay, so now that I'm looking in the mirror from this side where my light is, this shade is definitely not my color. It's not my color, which means that I would probably have to go like a shade up or down. Basically, I need something that is not as neutral. This is really, really neutral, and if you didn't know, neutral colors tend to lean more pink, and this is very neutral. I am not neutral. So that sort of confirms, in my case anyway, that the color match didn't really come together, because when the app asked me for a shade reference, I used this. This is in the shade 385. And if you wear 385, you know 385 it's like a golden shade, right? It's looking like it's supposed to be my color on camera though. So, oh wait, no, you can tell. See the difference? And the foundation oxidizes, because it didn't look like that when I first put it on. Okay. So even if I do like the product, I'm gonna have to take it back because this is not my shade. I don't feel like the scent is lingering on my face, but it is lingering in my brush. So I'm pretty sure if somebody came up to me and sniffed my face, they would smell the foundation. So what I'm gonna do is finish up my makeup doing my usual, and then I'll be right back. I just wanted to show y'all what the foundation looks like with a translucent setting powder on top. I use a Laura Mercier, and I didn't use more than what I normally use. So I would just say that if you're going to be wearing this foundation, especially if you're wearing it alone, make sure that you're using a setting powder that's going to complement your complexion, like even foundation powder, something that's just going to be the same color, because even though the foundation is supposed to be radiant, it settles really well on the skin, and that can cause powders to come off as super duper matte. It's also, it's a little ashy. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my setting spray. Hopefully it's behaving today. Okay, here we go. This is usually my saving grace. It definitely looks better now that I've used some setting spray on it. That's usually my saving grace. My set and refresh spray always gets me right no matter how much powder I use. But I definitely believe that if you're gonna wear this foundation on its own, or even with your other products, you just wanna be cautious about that, especially since it has a radiant finish, but it's long wearing, which usually means that they sort of set without turning matte. So if you use certain powders on them, like loose powders, very little is just enough. Okay, 3:48 right now, so it's about to be 4. And my thoughts on the foundation so far, I wish that there wasn't fragrance to it, because I know that anybody who is sensitive to fragrance that might want to try this product is not going to be able to. I'm hoping that the ingredients, but specifically the fragrance, doesn't cause me to break out, because I've already got something going on my face and I don't know what it is. As far as goals are concerned, what I'm hoping to see with this foundation is that it doesn't crease my smile lines, it doesn't start to break up in my T-zone or anywhere else on my face. I'm also wanting to see that it doesn't separate around my mouth, especially when I put on my lip products for later today. And I also want to see that it's going to play well with the rest of my complexion products, which was just my bronzer, my concealer that I've been using for a while, the Milk one, and of course the setting powders and everything. But yeah, I'll check back in with y'all later and let you know if you need to be grabbing this foundation or not, and who do I suggest it for. Made it back home. I made it back home, y'all. And this is how the foundation is looking right now. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6:14 p.m.
Okay, so 6:14 right now. This is how the foundation is looking in regular lighting. So far, at least in the viewfinder, I can't see any creasing. I was eating and the pickle slapped the corner of my mouth, so there's that. But that's how it's looking so far. I'll probably be checking in a couple of hours though. Right now I have to find something I lost. Update, it is now 11:43 p.m. I don't know how long I've had this foundation on, but editing me can tell you unless you are very good with time. Let's get into how my face actually looks. From this perspective, you know, I'm looking pretty good, right? My T-zone area is a little shiny, but I don't have a problem with that, especially since I prefer to be a little bit more radiant, and the foundation itself is supposed to be long wearing and radiant. Doesn't seem to have any issues, so let's zoom in. Mind you, I have not looked in a mirror. So this is how the foundation is looking on my skin. Looking on my skin. Now I've got texture going on, And normally I don't have that issue. I don't know what's causing it. I'm not gonna assume that it's the foundation, but that's pretty much the only difference I've made in my routine as of late. So that's just really weird. I don't know what's causing that, but girl, I need some lip gloss. Hold on, y'all. I can't do this. I can't. Can't be looking a mess. Anyway, so according to my monitor or my viewfinder, we've got no creasing in the smile lines, no visible separation, and just a shiny T-zone area, which can easily be remedied with, you know, some setting powder or even a blotting tissue. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Okay. Let's talk about the pros and cons of this foundation. Number one, the foundation has fragrance in it. I don't really know where the scent comes from, but you know, if you're into chemicals and ingredients and things like that, you can definitely do your research. I did notice that they had like a cherry extract or something like that in there, and that's what the fragrance smells like. It smells like cherry Jolly Ranchers. So if you're someone who's sensitive to fragrances or just smells in general with your makeup, I do not recommend using this product. The smell does dissipate once it gets on the skin. In my brush, I could still smell it after I had applied it and everything settled in, but it does dissipate after you put it onto your face. As far as your skin reacting to it, I don't know if that's a risk y'all want to take. Another con is it oxidizes. So if you get color matched online and you just purchase this product without going in the store and trying it yourself, I wouldn't guarantee that the color is going to match well enough for you to just be wearing it. My husband told me that I looked clammy. I had to do some fixing, and even that was not enough because the foundation is still clearly a little bit more ashy than the rest of my body with me trying to fix it. Other than that, I can't think of anything else wrong with the foundation, at least from my experience and in my professional opinion. I would recommend this foundation for people who have normal and oily skin. The reason why I don't want to recommend it for people who have dry skin is because if you're dry, this foundation itself is radiant, but I don't think that it's radiant enough to just look flawless on dry, potentially flaky skin. I think you're gonna want something that's a little bit more radiant in terms of something that's a little bit creamier or perhaps even more fluid-like. This foundation also has pearls in the formula to reflect light, which I'm imagining is what causes this to look so silky smooth. But in person, like looking in my mirror, I can see texture on my face. It's emphasized, and I never have, like, I never see texture like that on my face. I'm recommending this again for people who have normal and oily skin types, not dry skin types. I recommend this for anybody who is looking to have a decent amount of coverage, because even though it's a little bit less creamy than their other formulas that I've seen, it's still medium to full coverage, and you can easily accomplish that full coverage, as y'all saw, because I covered up my Louis Vuittons, my smile lines, and I balanced out my complexion with it. Other than that, it's $23 if you want to try a drugstore foundation that's on the higher end of price ranges. It's $23. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I really don't know what else to say. I personally took it back to the store because it's not for me. I don't know if I told y'all. I think I did tell y'all. I had some trouble even obtaining the foundation to begin with, so I took it back. But that's who I would recommend it for and who I would not recommend it for. Comment down below and let me know if you're still interested in trying this foundation, and if you have, let me know what your experiences are, because I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Okay, I gotta clean up my house. Peace.